Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. And I'm going to open this. I'm going to open it. I'm going to open the vault. Keys from the Golden Vault, right? These are keys from the Vault of Wisdom of Scott Garibay. And I want to discuss Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves robustly, right? And here's what I'm going to tell you, all right? This is a pretty interesting. Let's get into it. I'll tell you right now. I know the pushback I'm going to get for saying this and for even opening this vault, right? Opening this using a golden key and opening the vault, right? Here we go. All right. Dungeons and Dragons Honor Among Thieves is not a popcorn movie. It's not there to have fun. It's not there for you to enjoy it. Right? Everyone who told you that Dungeons & Dragons was a good, fun popcorn movie is an outrageous, ridiculous fool that you should no longer listen to because they don't know anything. Their words are valueless. Okay? Do not listen to them. Anyone who said that to you, move on. Say, thank you, fool, next. Okay? All right. Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves is a profound source of wisdom. Yes. All right, I'm saying it full out. It's not a failed American blockbuster. It is a profound source of wisdom that you can use to improve yourself. Do you want to know why? Because it was grown from the tree of Gary. It is fruit on the tree of Gary Gygax's legacy. And when you pick that apple and you bite into it, you will have wisdom. Okay? Now, when you pick the apple and you look at it and then you drop it on the ground to rot, and that's what people who said it was a popcorn movie, that's what they did. They picked the apple, they looked at it, and they dropped it on the ground to rot. They didn't use it. Right? And I'm telling you, you can use Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves. So I just watched Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves for the 5th time. I watched it on MGM Plus for free. Okay? I did a whole video on it, on watching it for free on MGM Plus. Right? And I could tell, and I walked away with a profound truth that improved me as a human being. I'm not even going to talk about that in this video, what it was, right? And the reason why is I need to first explain to you Dungeons & Dragons Honor Among Thieves is not what you think it is. It is a profound source of wisdom, okay? Now, why, right? Well, I am convinced that the world changed. The entire world changed in 1974 when Dungeons & Dragons came out. I believe that Dungeons & Dragons was never a game, not on day one, and it certainly isn't a game on day now. Right? I think Gary Gygax disguised a human flourishment engine because he knew you could not cure anything in the world with broccoli. You have to cure the world with chocolate. He delivered something as powerful as psychology, in my opinion. The entire discipline, psychology, is useless compared to what Dungeons & Dragons is today. Right? And the reason why is there are people who genuinely have invested their lives building up the discipline of psychology, right? And I think it's useless because it's buried behind a paywall, a massive paywall, where Dungeons & Dragons is not behind a paywall. It is literally free. You can get it right now for free and start playing it immediately, right? Right? So, psychology, who cares what it does? It's buried behind a paywall, and only the wealthiest people in the world are using it, right? So who cares, right? But Gary Gygax came along and said, I have to change the world. I need to build a human flourishment engine. And that's what he did, in my humble opinion. And now, Gary literally went into the ground. He's dead, right? So Gary is gone, but his legacy is alive. And it sprouts from a 1,000-foot tree that sits in Wisconsin, right? And it's his grave. Like, his legacy grows things, right? And I think Daly and Goldstein were incredibly aware of what Dungeons & Dragons is. And I think anybody who looks at Dungeons & Dragons and puts 100 sessions in, really, dungeon mastery, really gets it, right? Like, I think they get it consciously or subconsciously. There's something fundamentally different about Dungeons & Dragons. And it is an IRL abstract modeling tool that allows formal experimentation and allows manifold sentience. And so everything that is made of Dungeons and Dragons, is it made of Dungeons and Dragons? Lego is made of Dungeons and Dragons. Funko Pop is made of Dungeons and Dragons. Magic the Gathering is made of Dungeons and Dragons. There is baloney on this earth that you can buy that is made of Dungeons and Dragons. It might all be consumed at this point. Does the thing that you're talking about, does it contain a seed of Gary Gygax's legacy? If it does, it's powerful, it's magical, it radiates. It is more than what you think it is. That's the issue. Is the thing made of Dungeons and Dragons? Magic the Gathering, Lord of the Rings, one of the most powerful sets that has ever been made. Magic the Gathering is officially connected to Dungeons and Dragons. Those two worlds are officially connected, right? And they will always be officially connected. Since the very first day that James Wyatt said, yes, Planeswalkers travel between Dungeons and Dragons and Magic the Gathering. Is it made of Dungeons and Dragons? If it is, it contains wisdom. It can make you a better person if you pay attention to it. If you take the apple from the tree and bite, right, it can make you better, right? But if you take the apple off the tree and you go popcorn movie and you drop it on the ground and let it rot, you will not be improved as a person. Every single word of that is my humble opinion. What's really important is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a wonderful millennium.